Hey, what's up, guys? Mr. Freecoin here coming back to you again today. Hope you guys are doing well and taking care of yourselves. Um, yeah, I just recorded this and didn't realize my mic was not working. So here we are again, and actually, sometimes it's better the second time around. All right, that being said, the market is not doing well. As we can see, pretty much everything is down. I mean, red. There's blood in the streets, and is it time to buy yet? For myself, I am not. And also, I want to remind you, I am not a financial advisor. I'm only giving my opinions here. So do not take anything I say as, me approving to buy or sell anything or giving the suggestion that you do so. All right. And also, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like button and the post notification button. Now, that being said, I do want to say that, look, things are going crazy around the world, and you need to be prepared for whatever might happen. A lot of a, there's just a lot of rumor out there. There's a lot of misinformation. There's just craziness, and I think ultimately what this comes down to is just there's a reset that's happening. The reset we've all been talking about and expecting. They are going to get their reset. There's nothing we can do about it. There's really not a whole lot we can do about much of anything, right? We can protest. That's really about it. But all in all, we have to be prepared for whatever dumb decision that does get made. And speaking of dumb decisions, it looks like our president might be making one. Now, me personally, I normally don't get too much into politics. I don't usually like vote or anything like that. But, I can't, I support from the shadows, I'll say. Like, I was supporting what Donald Trump was talking about. But what he's doing now just doesn't make any sense because if we go to war with Iran, it is going to destroy this economy. Now, do I think it's actually going to happen? I'm thinking not. I could be wrong. But I think this is more so a distraction from the financial markets. Now, there's a whole bunch that goes into this, but I think right now it's not going to happen because also, if the U.S. really attacks Iran, there's going to be there's going to be more than we are actually expecting. I'll say. I'm not saying that Iran is just like this powerful anything, right? I think the U.S. has some of the best technology out there, all of that. But we can't underestimate a country of that size and the other countries that will come to their aid and have been, providing them with things. Okay, I'm just going to make, one more suggestion before I move on into crypto things. We have to remember, see, this idea that Iran has been making nuclear weapons or was preparing to make them. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Tongue tied here. It doesn't make any sense. All they have to do is purchase them. There's at least a couple other countries who make nuclear weapons that they could purchase them from. So that's something that we would probably not know about. It's very likely they could get that under the radar. I'm just making a suggestion. I'm not saying that is the gospel, but we do have to keep that in mind. They could purchase them and never have to make one missile. So anyway, let's get moving on with this. Like I said, a lot of things happening. For example, the U.S. Senate has passed the stablecoin bill, the Genius Act, which is excellent news. One more step, well, two more steps. The House, and then President Trump. I think, of course, we know Trump is going to absolutely sign it as soon as it hits his desk. And then, as far as the House, I don't see there being a problem. The Senate, I think would have been more of a problem. But yeah, I think we're good on the house. So we could be seeing this in the next handful of weeks. Moving on, I'm not going to stay on that. XRP network activity surges as Canada launches an XRP ETF. Yes, we've been hearing about this. Yes, they launched this today. I know they have another one. I'm not sure if there are any more, or they've launched another. Canada has launched one prior to this, but this is great news. XRP should be pumping, but it's not. And I think mostly it's because it's just not time. There's too much going on in the world. There's just too much uncertainty, right? Generally, I mean, I've heard this several times that world events don't usually affect markets. It just causes uncertainty, which affects markets. So I'm not sure why they say that. So anyway, yeah, it's just not time yet. I think we're going to have another scare event. I fully believe, I could be wrong, but I fully believe there's going to be another scare event to come, right? I think I read something here recently, and it might have been an old article that saying that Trump said there was Iran was possibly going to come back to the table or something like that. But who knows? Trump will do and say whatever. He's a wild card, so we can never really expect or predict what he's going to say or do. So I think everything that's happening right now is simply to cover the fact that we are in the midst of a financial reset. So this is going to be interesting. Just like I mentioned, just be ready, guys. Be ready for whatever might happen. Also, the USDC has gone live on the XRPL. I did not find the article with that, but remember to just mention that, because all these, what are all these? These are all good news narratives that just speak to the fact that XRP is, it's being primed for a huge breakout. Where can it go? Me personally, I think we're going to skip right over just that $10 mark. Okay. Even though there are millions of coins out there now, like compared to 2017, I think in 2017 there's like 5,000 coins. It's crazy. And now there are literally millions of them. Like every day there are, thousands of new coins that are being released. It's crazy. If you get on some of these platforms where you see them just being it's crazy, like one right after the other. So does that mean that it's going to keep some of the more staple coins from going anywhere? No, not at all. These are a lot of obscure rug pulls, basically. And those people who are, rug pulling everybody, they're going to take all that money and they're going to dump it into the coins that have been around forever, right? For much longer, and that are more secure in the market. So that means XRP. No matter how many people out there have just the most negative things to say about XRP, and you'll hear them all over the place. I hear them all the time. These guys they're trying to fake you out. They're trying to fake people out because they know. I mean, it never makes sense to me. You can sit here and you see everything that's happening with XRP, yet you're going to come out and you're going to say that it's a scam coin, it's a crap coin, and all this other, like Ripple's going to. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, these people, you're talking about people that have made, at the very least, hundreds of thousands of dollars, fooling other people, tricking other people, right? Yet they can't see what's actually happening with XRP, come on, come on. That doesn't make any sense. They know what's about to happen. They know where XRP is going. And I bet you anything, most of these guys have a stash of XRP somewhere. They know what's about to happen. So don't be fooled. Okay, don't be fooled. There, there's just too much going on with the XRP to think that it's going to zero. Come on. How many times have you heard that? Back when XRP was 40, 50 cents, oh, it's going to zero. But where is it now? Where is it now? Will it ever go to zero? I don't know. Maybe it will in, so many decades. Who knows? But right now, no, it ain't going to zero, buddy. In fact, I think it's going to go to about $30. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion. The reason I say that is because where I think Ethereum is going to go. I think Ethereum is going to go anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000. Before I get into that, let's just go ahead and finish these articles. All right, XRP investors hedge bets that price will drop by 5% as the Middle East conflict intensifies. That doesn't make any. XRP drops 5%. If the wind blows too hard. Every crypto, like every day, I get notifications. This coin, that coin dropped 5%. Like that's the normal, movement. It may go up 5% in 1 hour, and the next hour it's down 5%. So, I think a lot of these, obviously a lot of these publications, they want to be very conservative. 5% wouldn't take from here, from where it is right now. 5% wouldn't do much. That'd be like 15. I think it's at 216. Was it? XRP is at 215. So that'd be like 212. That's nothing. Anyway, I'm looking at, and this is what a lot of guys who do the TA, they're saying that it's going to drop possibly down into the 190s. Now I have some buys set up because if it gets down there, hey, why not pick up some more? We're not going to see these prices very often, and probably not going to see them again, or the possibility to see them again until we're in the deepest part of the bear market. So, I have some buy orders set up. That's my plan. Okay, so yeah, everything has the possibility of dropping just because of what's happening. We could see another scare event, like I mentioned. So we have to be ready. Okay, Bitcoin, same thing. Bitcoin price could fall under $100,000, right? And that's very likely. If we get another scare event, I would not be surprised if Bitcoin hit 95,000. It depends on the event. And we have no idea. I believe it's going to happen, but no idea what it's going to be. And that's what we call kind of a black swan event. Hopefully it's not a full-on black swan event, because that's going to really damage our momentum. I think it's going to be a scare event that'll bring us down a little bit. If it was a full-on black swan, we're looking at in the 70s, 80s, low 80s, high 70s for Bitcoin, and probably deep into the, just over $1, maybe 120 for XRP. But like I said, I don't think we're going to get that level of scare event. I think that would just be too much for the market, considering, with inflation being crazy, just all the negative that's happening right now. I just kind of feel like that would be a little bit too extreme, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just a guy up here giving my opinions. All right. And going into Ethereum, Ethereum could hit, they're saying, 3,200 or go back down to 1,500, right? I'll be honest with you. If it hits 1,500, I am buying. If it goes back down there, I'm buying. And it's really kind of funny because I've never really dealt with Ethereum, but when I look at it, the fact that it could go up to between 10 and 15,000. I mean, to spend this much, if it goes down to say 1,600, if you get two Ethereum and it hits that level, that's a huge profit margin. So it wouldn't be bad, and we know Ethereum has to do something. There's too much going on with Ethereum. Ethereum is the backbone for a lot of other projects. So, when this bull run really gets started again, and the fact that there's so much institutional and just so much big money in the market, this thing, it's like, it's hard to see how much it's coiled up until it actually springs. We won't know until after it's all over how much momentum is actually built up, or I say momentum, kinetic energy, whatever it is, that's built up in the market. We won't know until it's all over. All we can do is get prepared now. Okay, so also I saw, and I was looking for this just a minute ago. I saw a video with, I was trying to look for it again, with Ben Armstrong. Now, yeah, Ben Armstrong, who cares, whatever the case is. But I don't think it was here.
That's all for now.
He was
Keep tuning
saying,
in for more.
that's an AI. He was saying that his sources were telling him that we're going to go
Cutting-edge
through
crypto
a little bit
updates.
more of this chop, and then after this is done, there's going to be a huge upside. And in so many words, this is what he said. Here it is, right here. No, it's not. That's some half-naked bald guy. So yeah, he was saying there's going to be a huge upside, and this is what he's hearing from his sources. So we'll see how this all turns out. Man, X is just nuts. I really wish I could find that video. Really wish I could. Anyway, I can't find it. But yeah, I think we need to just be ready for whatever happens. We got to be ready for this drop that could possibly come. Again, I don't know for sure if it is. I'm just I'm just telling you guys what I have heard, and just letting you know that you just prepare. Just be prepared in case it does happen. Again, I have some buy orders set up if it does get down there, and if it doesn't, I'm ready to go. My bags are packed. So, we just have to be ready. We have to be ready for whatever happens over there in the Middle East. Because if we end up hitting Iran, it could get bad even all the way over here. As I mentioned, the strike capability of what Iran could have purchased. I mean, it could be bad. It could touch us, to be honest with you. And then on top of that, we don't know who's already here after 4 years of wide open borders. So again, just be careful, be prepared, protect your families, keep an eye out, be aware of where they are, have a plan in case something goes down. Yeah, and also make sure your health is good. Eat well, sleep well, drink enough water, clean water. Just be ready for whatever might happen. All right, guys, and that's the reason why I say take care of yourselves, in my intro, because you just never know what might happen. All right, so yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I hope this was informative and this helps. Again, if you are watching this and you're not subscribed, please do so. I know that I have not been putting any content out on a consistent basis, but that's what I'm trying to get to. It's just a lot has been going on. I don't want to get into all of it, but yeah, I'm trying to just overcome all of it and get back to work here. So, anyway, all right, guys, that's all I have for you. And until next time, this has been Mr. Freecoiner. Take care of yourselves, and God bless.